twins Cliff and Chris Paul couldn't stop talking about the assist. And yet, a new question,
Daddy, where does this come from?
rendered them speechless. As the Pauls delved deep into their lineage, they discovered something extraordinary. In 1922, local shopkeeper Clifford Paul, Sr., inspired employees at State Farm, a thriving new insurance agency, to be there for customers like a good neighbor. While Christopher Paul, Sr., revolutionized the game of basketball by suggesting players pass the ball to other players who could then score. Delighted that their ancestors invented the assist, the twins could rest assured the gift of giving was in their genes. Allegedly. Nothing endures like the legacy of an assist.
Welcome back to another episode of The Rush. I'm Sean Bennett.
And I'm Hannah Duncan. This week we bring you baseball against Quincy Notre Dame, softball at Pleasant Plains, and the girls' CS8 track meet. We also bring you soccer against Springfield, along with a new edition of Do You Know Your Teammate? Now let's get the show started.
The Galena baseball team went 2-1 in the Edwardsville tournament over the weekend, and we're ready to host the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders in a contest with regional speeding implications. Here now is the guest anchor, senior pitcher and outfielder, Brian Hobby. Thank you for joining us, Brian.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Now let's go ahead and roll into this highlight as the Titans played Q&D. Titans strike first in the bottom of the first inning as Brennan Hosteller drives an RBI single into center field. Riley Cunningham will score to a bad throw home by the Q&D pitcher, Justin Tallman. Now, Brennan Hosteller's been a really good starting lineup for you guys.
Yeah, he's really stepped up as a sophomore. We've had a lot of lineup changes, but I think some of the younger underclassmen done real well stepping up, helping us out.
The second inning was rough for the Titan defense as there's a chopper hit by Jordan Chappell that Nick Maton will throw away from the first baseman Cunningham, which played at Q&D's first run of the game. The next batter, second baseman Ethan Hunt, can't handle the ground ball, allowing another unearned Raider run. Q&D led 3-2 after 2 innings.
With runners on first and second at the bottom of the third inning, freshman Jake Ryan blasts a 3-run homer into left field, and that just kept carrying, Brian.
Yeah, I was just standing on second there. That was a nice hit, real clutch situation that put us ahead of the game, and that was a really meaningful game here. Ended up helping out with our regional.
Glenwood still leading 5-3 in the bottom of the sixth inning as Nick Maton cranks an RBI triple into the right center field gap, scoring Bryce Rooney.
Yeah, Nick Maton helping his own cause there. He's the pitcher, and he pitched 4 2/3 innings, but Connor Ahern will come in to finish the game as the game will end on a 6-4-3 double play. And
you guys really, it was a clutch situation there again as you guys pulled out the 6-4-3 double play, Brian.
Yeah, that was helped a lot. I mean, we had a good defense. We had a lot of errors that game, but we stuck with it. We had a lot of hits, and that team was a good team. Only had 2 losses going into that game, and for us having had I think 10 losses, that was a good win for us.
yeah, Glenwood, you pulled ahead 6-3. You got 2 hits, and Jake Ryan with the home run and 3 RBIs. Now let's hear some post-game sound with Jake Ryan and Coach Mooney.
I had no idea I'd be on the varsity level. I was hoping maybe to play a couple JV games this year, but I was able to make it up to varsity, and I'm having a good time. We were down by 1 run there. We had runners on first and second, and I was just trying to get the bat on the ball. Luckily enough, the wind was blowing out today, so got up there and it got out.
That was a really big hit for us, and something that we needed at that point. I think he'll hit a few more before his career over. He's got a nice swing. We bounce back, and sometimes you have to win games when you don't play your best, and that's what we were able to do today.
Welcome back here. Now, Brian, how have the underclassmen really stepped up nearing the end of the season?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, it's been a lot of senior teams we've had the past 2 years I've played, but this year I think it's really different. We've had a lot of underclassmen, Brendan Hostetler, Jake Ryan. We've had a lot actually just come in, fill in, help us out. So it's been a lot of help to help fill some spots.
And that game earned you second seeding and SHG seeded first. What do you hope to accomplish, and how will the bye week that you earned affect your playing?
Yeah, hopefully getting second seed is going to help us a lot. It means we would have to play one less game, one less pitcher thrown. That's going to help us a lot. So we're going to play hopefully a little bit easier way to. Hopefully we'll end up playing SHG for the championship if we win our first game. I hope so. That'll be good. Hopefully we can come back and beat them again. Beat them regional, play them again.
Well, good luck, and thanks for coming on, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Tonight, the GHS baseball team is on the road for a doubleheader in Quincy with the first pitch at 4 o'clock.
The GHS softball team headed to Pleasant Plains on Monday to face off against the Lady Cardinals. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlight. Glenwood will come in at 18-6 in this non-conference game away at Pleasant Plains, playing the Cardinals. Miranda Esprom will head it off for the Titans. She hits a triple to deep right field, barely stayed inside the fence there, as she will slide into third, and that scores Abby Burton, and she earned 2 RBIs in the game for the Titans as well. Next, Parker Bandy, she's also really stepped up for the team. She hits a soft grounder, and she'll get out here, but she hits a triple and a double that we did not get filmed, unfortunately, and she'll get an RBI later in the game.
Sammy Long here hits another grounder to the third baseman, bobbles a little bit, but is still able to get the out in a close play. Now, the game seemed closer than it was, with a lot of good defensive plays and no errors from either side, but Glenwood still capped this win off 7-1. Allison Long with 5 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, and Parker Bandy 2 for 4 and 1 RBI.
The Lady Titans play 3 games at home this coming week, starting with a game against, if we could get our teleprompter running, we'll see. Starting with a game against Williamsville this afternoon at 4:30.
Last Thursday night at Memorial Stadium on the north end of Springfield was the CS8 girls track meet. Let's take a look at this highlight right now. The girls went on, and this would end up being a rain-shortened meet with junior Alicia Windish starting off the 4x100 meter relay. And look at her go, look at her go, using the wheels. Also, fellow junior Mackenzie McClintock rounds off the relay with a final combined time of 50.88 seconds. Good enough for the 4th overall.
Yeah, and they're pretty proud of that time too. As you see, she's tired but pumped up after that too. Senior Haley Johnson next will run a fast 800. She contends with Springfield's Allie Goff at the finish line, but Johnson ran a 2:24.15 as she's not quite able to catch up, and that seemed how the day went for the Titans. Couldn't quite catch up to Springfield. But another solid relay for the Lady Titans was the 4x200 meter relay. Again, Alicia Windish paces the group going first, and she will hand it off to junior Lexi Weekly, who rounds the corner, and again, Mackenzie McClintock will finish the relay, which they placed 3rd overall with a time of 1:47.96 in the 4x200.
Caroline Worrell ran a well-placed 1600. She was able to finish strong at 5th place overall with a time of 5:37.01. And there was a rain delay for about an hour, and the 4x400 event relay was skipped ending up at the event, and they only got to finish 17 out of 18. So they didn't get to finish that one as we come into the standings graphic.
Caroline finishing off the race there, must be tired after that long race, but still proud of herself too. And they finished 17 out of 18 events, as Sean said. Springfield would win with 130 points, and Glenwood came in 3rd with 103 points. The girls' track sectionals are on Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. at Memorial Stadium. It's time for our first commercial break. When the rush returns, we'll bring you soccer against Springfield and Do You Know Your Teammate? So stick around.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top Walayan pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Aaron, you're all set.
Great, thanks.
Mike, thanks for doing that discount double check. You saved us hundreds.
What was that?
The discount double check? It's when we comb through your policies to make sure that you're getting all the discounts you deserve.
No, I get that part, but you guys are doing my move.
The discount double check move?
It's my touchdown dance.
So you're a dancer?
No, I'm a quarterback.
Oh, quarterback.
More.
I'm a robot.
Where's your
Get out of here.
Get to a better state, State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Kids, the breakfast is ready. Eat up. Your friend's gonna be here pretty soon.
I'll be there in a second.
Have a great day.
My friend's here, I'm leaving.
Be safe. Come home right after school.
All right, see ya.
Wow, your dads are really looking out for you.
That's not my dad. That's my family's financial advisor, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan Financial, looking out for your investments and your family.
Welcome back to The Rush. As we see Hannah there, the Glenwood girls soccer team faced off in a very tough matchup against Springfield on Tuesday with the share of the CSA title on the line. Goalkeeper Mara Cunningham joins us as a guest analyst. Thanks for coming on, Mara.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right, let's go ahead and run into this highlight right now against SHS, the Lady Senators. They started off pretty strong as Sarah Cross skips one past you here. Now, how did it feel with SHS getting up pretty early in the game?
I mean, having like any goal obviously is not going to feel too great, but I think really having it so early, it really just calmed us down.
You know, Sarah Cross was pretty much on fire. She has an other shot attempt here, but it was out of bounds, so you guys were able to stay below just one goal and not two.
And Allison Richards next will knock one up. Kelly Graves gets knocked in the head though. Mara, this game is pretty physical, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of pretty close calls.
And Kelly Graves with her penalty shot as the Lady Senators goalkeeper gets a save there, not quite able to make the shot.
Cross again, she is just dribbling down the field and shoots, but you have a pretty nice save here, able to keep the Titans just having 1 point ahead of them. And Graves pulling out here as she shows off her strong side and she kills one down the field, but saved again by the goalkeeper.
And a last attempt effort by the Titans as a long shot down the field is saved once again. Mara, this goalkeeper was just on fire all night.
Yeah, this was definitely she was saving everything. She definitely had one of her better games.
And Glenwood will lose this one. Springfield came ahead 1-0, Cross with 1 goal, and you had 3 saves. Now let's hear some post-game interviews.
They came out and got on us early on, scored that goal. I thought after about the first 10 minutes our kids settled in and we played real well, had some chances the first half. Then I thought the second half we really controlled the play. Very proud of our kids. Hopefully we can take care of business and we'll get another opportunity against them in the sectional. We didn't back down at all, and in fact, I mean, they had kids dropping like flies and calling to come out of the game, and we just ran out of time, really. Honestly, we just ran out of time. So now we've got one more regular season game, then we start. The road and the playoff starts, and we got to get the regional win first. We get there, get back to our home field, anything can happen.
So Mara, what was it like knowing that was your last home game of the regular season?
I mean, it's definitely bittersweet kind of because it was our seniors' last time being able to play on that field. If we don't make it to sectionals, which I mean, I think that just gave us more of a push to want to make it to sectionals so we can get back on our own field.
Yeah, and you talked about wanting to make it to sectionals. Springfield is a really tough team to play, but so how are you going to use the experience that you gained from that game to try to finish your season strong?
I mean, we definitely were able to learn a lot, so I think that we can take what we learned from there to use it in other games and hopefully push forward.
Thanks for coming on, Mara.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Mara. After playing their last home game against Springfield, the Lady Titans head to Normal Community High School for the game starting at 5 o'clock today.
Now it's time for another edition of Do You Know Your Teammate? This time, Danny Fry sits down with Kirsten Knight and Haley Johnson to see how well they really know each other.
Welcome into another edition of Do You Know Your Teammate? I'm Danny Fry here with some girls track stars, Kirsten Knight and Haley Johnson. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
What does she like better, track or cross country?
Cross country.
Mandy's cabinet. It's incorrect though.
You were
Track.
wrong.
Next
Okay.
question. Who do you think that Kirsten thinks that Coach Garber, preferably a celebrity that Coach Garber looks like?
Tom Cruise.
Got it. Tom Cruise. And there's
Tom.
one for Haley. That one right. Last question, Haley, to end strong here. What is Kirsten's biggest pet peeve?
People that are selfish.
People that are selfish is incorrect. Go ahead and show your answer.
I have no idea.
Bad drivers.
Oh, she does hate bad drivers.
Now, Kirsten, it's your try here.
You got this.
How long has Haley been running track?
But you're in junior year and this year, so 5 years.
So you're counting injuries into that time. Haley, let's see your answer. 6th grade. So she put 6th grade.
I thought you didn't do it in 6th grade.
Yeah, I did.
But what is one talent that Haley wishes that she had?
To sing?
Got it.
No, I didn't even, I swear to God, I didn't know. I was just like, I always know you say that.
What is Haley's favorite restaurant?
B-dubs. B-dubs.
Guys, thanks for coming on, and good luck. You guys got CS8 and sectionals, everything coming up for girls track. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
That's it for this edition of the weekly Do You Know Your Teammate? You know, I usually wrap it up that way, but let's send it back to you guys.
Join us next time for another edition of Do You Know Your Teammate?
High school sports will always be a part of athletes' lives. The Rush's Hannah Duncan has more on how seniors at Glenwood have been affected by their experience here.
High school sports shape who athletes are and how they perform both on and off the field. Senior soccer player and Titan Fever show choir member Luke Rechtenwall reflects on the memories of his high school career, including praying before each game.
Coach Lipe always would tell us, you know, we'd always get to pray. He made that optional, but he always put that upon us to be godly but strong men on the field. And I think that's a really, to me, a really good thing to do, is just to spread, like, obviously, you know, play as hard as you can, but do it not for yourself but for the Lord, and that's something big that he preached.
For Luke, high school is not the end of his soccer career.
I'm fortunate I get to play college soccer, so I'm going to miss the high school atmosphere with all my good friends, but I'm really going to miss show choir. A lot of the people in there have become my closest friends, so that's definitely what I'm going to miss the most.
Senior Peyton Allen also loves his team and playing basketball. His early memories include a lot of nerves.
The first tournament we played in LaSalle, Peru, my freshman year, I was coming with all the guys, and I was very nervous. I had no clue what to do, and I'd never been in a high school game with this many fans, and I was just very nervous.
Peyton will remember many things from high school, including advice from his team.
Coach Blakeman always said, you know, enjoy it while you last, you know. He said that ever since freshman year, and high school basketball it's over now, and I enjoyed it, and so did my teammates.
While Peyton Allen will miss high school, he is also looking forward to a promising career.
Yeah, I definitely want to make it to the NBA. That's my main goal, and if I don't make it to the NBA, I'll probably go over and play basketball overseas and then probably get into coaching.
Daniel Helm would be a senior at Glenwood, but he chose to graduate early this year and play football at the University of Tennessee.
It was tough. I mean, there's a lot of hard work in college athletics, but I'm glad I made the decision I did. Yes, I regret not being able to spend more time with friends and everything, but at the same time, it's going to give me the best chance to play. So I think what I did was best for me, but I'm definitely missing people here.
A fan favorite play was Daniel's behind-the-back three-pointer against Lincoln into the wrong basket. It made it to ESPN, and people still remember it now.
Yeah, that's the memory, because people have brought it up at Tennessee, like, hey, were you? Yeah, that was me. So it's cool. I mean, some great stuff happened here, and definitely wouldn't want to change that.
While Daniel loved his high school career, there is one thing that he wished he would have done differently.
My approach to the recruiting process. I approached it much of as a job and kind of annoyed, which was wrong because I was definitely being blessed with an opportunity. And also just my mentality towards school every day. I wanted to get out of here so bad, and now that I'm out, it's like, it really wasn't that bad at all. So just stuff like that.
For The Rush, I'm Hannah Duncan.
We wish all of the seniors good luck and whatever their futures bring.
It's time for the last commercial break of the show today. When the Rush comes back, Eric Burklow is back with the top 3 plays of the week, along with his baseball predictions. And News Channel 20 sports anchor David Coy joins me and our very own Gavin Caruso for the debate. We'll be right back.
Well, Mr. Raji, we could save you hundreds by doing a discount double check.
Not you too, Raji. You're on my team. You know that's my move.
The discount double check?
No, that's my touchdown dance, man.
Here we go again. Sir, you're not even doing it right. Raji, drop it.
Show me what you got, Raji.
What is this?
Come on now. You said you were a dancer.
Where you going, buddy? Come on back.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Call Steve Bedford in Chatham for personal service and discounts that you deserve.
Fat Willie's in Chatham is a great family restaurant that supplies a wonderful dining experience. We offer outstanding fried chicken and over-the-top walleye pizza. With quality products at affordable prices, Fat Willie's is the way to go. Open Monday through Saturday, 12 a.m. to midnight. Call us today at 217-483-6969.
Welcome to the top 3 plays of Glenwood Sports this week. As always, I'm Eric Burklow. Let's begin the countdown with play number 3. We head to Pleasant Plains as the softball team takes on Pleasant Plains Cardinals as Miranda Espern hits a deep ball that barely stays in the park. She slides in for a triple to help Glenwood get the win, 7-1. On the play number 2, we take a look at the CS8 girls track meet last Thursday at Memorial Stadium's Haley Johnson, the 800 meter. She runs in with a time of 2:24.15. Lastly, in play number 1, we head to the baseball diamond as freshman Jake Ryan really steps up for the team and crushes a 3-run homer to left field, leading the way to a 6-3 victory over Quincy Notre Dame. Now it's time for another edition of my baseball picks. My first game this week is Detroit at Boston. I think Detroit will take 2 out of 3 from Boston. They have their 2 best starters this weekend. Their offense has been on a roll. That's why I think Detroit will take 2 out of 3. My next series is Atlanta at St. Louis. Atlanta will sweep St. Louis. St. Louis has been really struggling offensively. Their offense isn't good. They're overrated. I don't think they're as good as people think they are. Atlanta's starters are more superb than the Cardinals' offense, and Atlanta's pitching staff will shut down the Cardinals this weekend. Next is Toronto at Texas. I think the Blue Jays will take 2 out of 3 from Texas. Their offense has been very explosive. They've scored 200 runs this year, which is second in the AL. Texas is a hitter's park, and that's why I think Toronto will take 2 out of 3 from the road. And my last series is Cincy at Philly. I think Cincy will take 2 out of 3 on the road in Philly. Their pitching's been very good. Philly's offense just hasn't been so well. They're getting old. They're not as talented as they were. That's why I think Cincinnati will take 2 out of 3. And now let's send it back to Hannah for the weekly debate.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, it's actually me this time. I'm a newbie, and all 3 of us are kind of. But
yeah, that's okay. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Always fun.
David Coy and Gavin Caruso.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
So-
glad to be here.
We're going to start out with basketball. Donald Sterling's been kind of all over the media lately, but he's been kind of covering the fact that the playoffs are going on right now. So we're going to start off. Gavin, what's your prediction for who's going to win the championship?
Well, I really kind of think that the Miami Heat will win the championship because they had a comeback win, and they've really built up some momentum this year. So and also, you know, everybody knows that they have LeBron James. So I really think they could come out and take the championship.
David?
Well, honestly, for the NBA playoffs, I'm not exactly sure who's going to be able to take the top spot, get the title, because right now I'm predicting I want to see the Heat and the Spurs to go ahead and go at it. Right now I know that Tim Duncan's getting kind of up there in the age range, so I know he tries to want to get one more title before he retires, but of course, you might have another title, another reign with the Miami Heat. They've been doing a great job. LeBron, of course, Wade. But who knows? I'm not exactly sure. I can't say anything. I don't want to make a quick prediction just yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at predicting myself, but I think the Spurs are going to win. They last won in like 2007, and the Heat, I think they just build up too much hype, you know. And LeBron, he has too big of an ego, and that's one of my biggest pet peeves is athletes who have too big of an ego.
Well, we'll see how it is, you know, because I know that I'm also from like the Cleveland area and everything, so I had to deal with the LeBron era over in the Cavs, so I understand that, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, and I'm a Timberwolves fan originally, so can't hope for them in the playoffs at all. But
gotcha.
Moving on to hockey, more predictions for the playoffs. Do you think, could the Blackhawks repeat, David?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I believe that they can do it. If you've seen the past couple series they've had, they just won this past series 4-2. And when they played on the road originally, they weren't doing so hot against the Wild. But you check out Brian Bickle, Jonathan Taves, and Corey Crawford's been pretty much solid and such studs with them. I think that they might be able to get another title again. This would be fantastic to see it, especially for Chicago and all the fans here.
Well, you know, I think that the Canadians are really going to take it this time.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, they beat Boston. They're the top team in the regular season, and they have the best 24 Stanley Cups in the NHL.
True.
So I really think that, you know, the Canadians, they're really good at hockey. So.
But see, the last time the Canadians won was in 1993, Gavin. So it's been a long drought.
But if you watch that game yesterday against the Bruins, they put on an amazing game. So I can't say either right now. I would like to see it happen because they haven't had a title in a long time. I'd like to see if they do it.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going against both of you guys. I'm picking the Kings to win. They last won in 2012, and because they're the comeback team, you know, they were down 3-0 in the opening series against San Jose, and again they lost 3 consecutive to the Ducks, but then they came back both times, and I kind of like to root for the underdog teams. And also, if they win tonight, then they'll play Chicago, and I'm a Blues fan originally, so I want the Blackhawks to be out. But moving on to the next question, what's your favorite sport to cover?
Well, personally, before we run out of time here right now, I would like to say football is probably one of my favorite ones, but we'll see if we'll have that exciting year this year.
Well, if I'm going to say this is the last question here, I think that soccer is my favorite. You know, you might call them grass fairies or whatever you want, but I think that soccer is just my favorite because the atmosphere that it really gives me, and I like the outside. You know, football's outside, yes, but I don't like covering basketball. It's too hot. It's just an uncomfortable atmosphere for me. So soccer is really just.
And you get really up close and personal with the basketball players. Sometimes they fall on you. I know you buy.
will ram into me every now and again, but
yeah. Well, ending on that note, thanks guys for both coming on. That's it for this episode of The Rush. The baseball team heads to Quincy for a doubleheader this afternoon with the first game at 4 o'clock. Boys track has a CS8 meet hosted by Landbeer at Memorial Stadium at 4:30, and girls soccer plays at Normal Community High School at 5 o'clock. Thanks for watching, and be sure to come back next week for our last episode of the season. Danny Fry will be back on tee to talk out and cry like a little girl.